Welcome to the ACC on ESPN. Today, the Virginia Cavaliers get set to take on the Louisville Cardinals from Papa John's Cardinal Stadium. Virginia 6-3, bowl eligible for the first time since 2011. Louisville at 5-4 has lost 3 of their last 4, but a win today, and they'll be bowl eligible for the 8th consecutive season. Hi, everyone. Great to have you with us. Mike, Corey, Rini, and Golia. Welcome to the Ville, where it has not been the season that Cardinals fans have expected. Once a top 15 team, and now the attention is certainly down, especially on the reigning Heisman Trophy winner quarterback Lamar Jackson, who's actually having a better season this year, Rini, with all the improvements that he's made.
He is, and it's a surprise he's not getting more Heisman love. And the reason he's doing better this year is because of this right here. Improved accuracy is the first thing, Mike. Watch him split the defenders with his pass, gets it out quick, spins it, and he's doing a nice job of that this year, letting his receivers catch it, run after the catch. And then improved decision-making. Watch him scan the field left to right, poise in the pocket, and he's going to throw an absolutely beautiful ball down the right sideline, drop it into the bucket for his receiver. Excellent job by Lamar Jackson. Of course, elite speed. He had it last year. He has it again this year. Watch him split these defenders with his feet. But what he has improved on this year is his size. He's about 10 pounds heavier with muscle. You're going to see him break a tackle here at the end. And Lamar Jackson is an improved player, believe it or not, from his Heisman Trophy winning season.
Better numbers passing overall, 426 yards per game combined. That is first in the nation. How about defensively? Are the Cavaliers up to the task? They've got great leadership from this guy, Micah Kiser.
If they're going to slow down Lamar Jackson, Micah Kiser, who's approaching 100 tackles on the season, has to have a big game. You see what he did last year against them. 14 tackles, 2 sacks. He needs another game like that today, does Micah Kiser.
Virginia won the toss, and they have deferred. Louisville will start with the football here in this game today. And how crazy things have been in the ACC this season, right?
Well, I mean, for instance, Virginia, right? No one picked them. Look where they are.
Travion Samuel on the return for Louisville and gets across the 20-yard line. So that's where Louisville will set up camp with Lamar Jackson in our record watch here today.
I mean, it's unbelievable what he has done, and you look at those stats. I mean, he's approaching every record. I mean, and because, Mike, he is such a dangerous athlete, true dual threat, throwing and passing, but boy, he can do it all.
379 yards today to become Louisville's all-time leader. And as I just said, he averages 426 a game.
Yeah, big task today for this Virginia defense to contain Lamar Jackson.
First down, and a keeper, and Jackson is tripped up in the backfield. Nice play by Juan Thornhill after a short gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do. You need to get off your blocks. You need to be aware of where Lamar Jackson is, and you got to tackle. That was a problem. You know, you got to get off the blocks, and you got to make those tackles.
5 wide as the Cardinals spread them out. Jackson over the middle. It's dropped by Jalen Smith, and he was covered by Micah Kiser.
Yeah, good job by Micah Kiser. From that middle linebacker position, he will run into pass coverage. He's the quintessential middle linebacker. He's a very good athlete that can turn back in pass pro.
This Virginia team is coming off that 40-36 home win over Georgia Tech and a comeback victory. And trying to keep things rolling here today. 3rd down and 7. Jackson's pass deflected and incomplete, and they force a 3-and-out to start here today on the road.
Exactly what Bronco Mendenhall wants from his defensive unit. Again, Bronco Mendenhall, the head coach, but he calls the defenses too. That's his baby, and he's happy with a 3-and-out by that unit.
Chris Peace, the linebacker, one of the top players and the leader in sacks, and on the breakup that time for the Virginia defense that'll get this back on the punt. Daniel Ham awaits the kick from Mason King. Ham, and there's interference there with Louisville as a flag comes flying in. Tremaine Washington got right in his face. Didn't give him the opportunity to catch that ball.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. That's kick-catch interference. It doesn't matter if he fair catches or not. You got to give him the opportunity to catch the ball.
Kick-catch interference, number 15, kicking team. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Stuart Mullins, our referee today, and yeah, that's an easy one. Cavaliers football, and Kurt Benkert, the senior from Cape Coral, Florida, gets his first action here today. Final season of his career, and boy, it's been quite the story for him, hasn't it?
He's been to a few different places. A big quarterback. You see his size, 6'4", 215. Really understands the offense well in his second year with Bronco Mendenhall. He's playing excellent this season.
Benkert got married last July. His wife Samantha down in Lovers Key State Park in Fort Myers, Florida. He's 22 years old, and a first down and 10 for Virginia, now up at the 46 after the penalty. The give to Jordan Ellis, and he stopped for a loss of 1. How about impact players here today, Rainey, as the Cavaliers have it on offense?
Yeah, as we take a look at it, the receiver for Virginia, Olamide Zacchaeus, he's everywhere in the backfield. He'll run it, pass it, receive it. Good job. And then Chucky Williams, his 36th straight start for the fifth-year senior safety for Louisville, a leader in that secondary.
Play action fake by Benkert. And on the far side, catch by Andre Lavroni. First down for Virginia. In front of Trumaine Washington. That's a gain of 17.
Yeah, and a good throw by Benkert there, showing his arm strength in rhythm to get it to the receiver.
Benkert wanted to go to USF to start his career, didn't he?
Yeah, was recruited, wanted to go to USF. USF wouldn't give him that commitment. When they came back a week later and said, we want you, he said too late, and committed to ECU. Guess it works both ways in the recruiting world.
Benkert, look out from behind. He's taken down and sacked. And that's James Hearns, the senior defensive end, with his 4th sack of the season.
Yeah, that backside pressure from Hearns. Good effort, not giving up as he beats the left tackle. Just a speed rush to the outside and gets the sack. That was 67, Jack English, the left tackle, that got beat on that play.
That's a loss of 10 on the play. And really takes Virginia out of their rhythm here on their opening drive of this game today. Virginia football, 2nd down and 20 after a sack as Benkert gets it out and finds Donnie Dowling. And Dowling gets back almost to the original line of scrimmage, a gain of 10.
Yeah, give him the underneath stuff on 2nd and 20. Just come up and make the tackle. And, talking to defensive coordinator Peter Sermon, he was saying guys need to step up and make plays. The defensive scheme's not going to bail them out. Guys have to play football. And it looks like they came out today, Mike, ready to play defensively.
3rd down and 10, Virginia from the 38 of the Cardinals. Benkert lofts it up, and he's got it. Lavroni again on the catch through 2 Louisville defenders. Chucky Williams was back there. But it's a big gainer for the Cavaliers, setting up their next play inside the red zone.
It's press coverage, and it's one-on-one. Benkert sees it, and he goes there. And it's a perfect pass. The safety cannot get over Chucky Williams quick enough. And Trumaine Washington in the corner in press coverage just gets beat. The receiver, Lavroni, beats him with speed, and a good throw by Benkert.
Lavroni is that big play guy. 30 yards on that catch. He averages over 22 a catch, which is good for 6th in the country. First and goal, Cavaliers. It's Ellis for just 1. Jordan Ellis continues to carry the load for this team. They do have 3 true freshman running backs that they try to work into the mix a little bit.
And he's the workhorse. And talking to the coaches of Virginia, they said, listen, he is our one back that's playing at an ACC level. A lot of younger guys that need to get experience and are learning, but that's the guy, Jordan Ellis, that they lean on.
Daniel Ham is his backup along with Chris Sharp, and they are both in there right now as Ellis takes a seat. 2nd and goal. Through the legs of Sharp. He's got it. Sharp dives. Touchdown, Virginia.
I love it. It's a little bit of a Statue of Liberty play, right? Benkert rolls out, puts it underneath. Chris Sharp grabs it, and then great explosion on the run, and the effort to get it in the end zone. Great job by Chris Sharp. What a play.
Did you ever take a handoff like that back when you played?
I have not. Let's take a look at this. Right under the legs, a little, that's a little schoolyard football. Put it under, a reverse snap in the backfield, if you will. Great hands by Sharp to get it. Good job by Benkert, and then the run after. That's a beautiful play.
What a nifty play by Virginia on just the 9th carry of the season for Chris Sharp and his first touchdown. A.J. Mejia for the extra point. 7-0 Cavaliers. What a job by Virginia. Opening drive down the field for a touchdown. A little trickery. It's capped off by Chris Sharp, and the visitors lead early. It was cool to go inside the locker room there for Louisville and Lamar Jackson. So many sayings and words of encouragement up throughout the entire complex here in Louisville.
Yeah, and you love the Veterans Day uniform, the stars and stripes there. Beautiful.
It was an opening drive touchdown by Virginia, and they lead it 7-0. Second offensive possession coming up here for the Cardinals. Let's go back inside the Lamar Jackson locker room and show you what he has in his locker, something that he sees every day.
Yeah, a lot of sayings around the Louisville locker room, and you love it because you're reading it every day. You know, you're reminding yourself, and you love it when players take it upon themselves to do the little extra and really remind themselves. And I think all the young athletes out there, regardless of sport, you know, can take something from that.
And when your best player is one of your hardest workers and wants to improve, like you talked about earlier.
That's true leadership. When your best player is out there busting his tail, and Lamar Jackson does that.
Here's Malik Williams on the carry for the first time today. Gets across the 30-yard line. It's a guy that's been dealing with an elbow injury. Picks up 6 yards on his first touch.
Yeah, Bobby Petrino told us, though, he's been practicing really well, and they were excited to have him back fully healthy. All the running backs, they said, really are healthy for the first time this season. And Malik Williams, they said, is going to be a big part of running the ball today.
There he is again, tripped up from behind this time, though, by Quinn Blanding. And that's the other part of the 1-2 combination. You talked about Micah Kiser in the open. Quinn Blanding, his best friend there on that tackle.
You know, Blanding was one of the highest recruited players in the state of Virginia. Could have went anywhere, decided to stay home and play for Virginia, wanted to build something. You know, it didn't really turn out the way he wanted early on in his career, but boy, his senior year, they're playing great, already bowl eligible, of course.
Third down, keeper by Jackson. We've seen this before. Lamar Jackson is going to take it to the house. Touchdown.
And that's the problem. I mean, he's just too dynamic. You got to try to make him one-dimensional. Take the run away. Make him beat you with his arm. That's just a zone read, Mike, that Lamar Jackson runs to perfection. I want you to watch this. He puts it in the belly of Malik Williams. The D-line steps down just a second. A good block on the perimeter. And Jackson hits it with that elite speed we talked about in the open. No safety in the middle of the field. See you later, Lamar Jackson.
15th rushing touchdown of the season. 33 total between rushing and passing. He's amazing. With this Louisville offense, 3 plays, 75 yards in 1 minute and 4 seconds, and we're tied at 7. Joe Reed back to return the kick along with Daniel Ham for Virginia. Joe Reed had a kickoff return for a touchdown last week. He's the ACC specialist of the league, and he's going to have a chance at the return here. Gets bumped early and gets across the 25-yard line. So now the Cavaliers tied at 7, but a pretty good drive by them offensively in their first try. I guess that's how you move the football out of your own territory.
Talk about wasting great field position. Boy.
Benkert. Nice catch here by Donnie Dowling. And just like that, they are up close to midfield. So they have to punt from their own 1.5-yard line. Louisville gets a return all the way to the 25, but a turnover, and now all of a sudden it's Virginia that's moving.
Yeah, and I like the way Benkert leads this offense. Good job there, looking to the right, comes to the left, shows you his arm strength. We met with him yesterday too, an impressive young man, already married, 22 years old, a lot more mature than you would think a 22-year-old is. He's doing a nice job leading this offense.
Now it's Ellis on a carry for about 3 yards. Benkert was at Eastern Carolina, as we mentioned, but he tore his ACL before his sophomore year. It was a team that went 5-7 that year. Then Ruffin McNeil, who everybody loved, got fired from ECU, and things changed.
Yeah, and don't forget, Lincoln Riley was the offensive coordinator, now head coach at Oklahoma. Benkert decided to transfer and come to Bronco Mendenhall. Still had 2 years of eligibility left and wanted to get here for the start of Mendenhall's tenure with Virginia. Now a senior. He's already led the team to a bowl. See if they can do a little more here.
Benkert swings it out, and it's Ellis on the catch. Some blockers there, but Louisville smells it out, and they bring him down for no gain. Dorian Etheridge and Jair Alexander combined for the tackle to set up 3rd down and long.
And we talked about Louisville getting off blocks, having leverage, coming up making tackles. And I know defensive coordinator Peter Sirmon preached that to them this week. And so far, they're doing a nice job. Another thing Peter Sirmon did was he told us he showed highlights to his seniors of great plays they made last year to kind of hype them up. Trying to get them jump-started a little bit, saying you can do it again.
Said I need the best version of you here in this game and for the rest of the season. Third down, Virginia. Benkert in trouble again, and he fumbles the football. It got stripped out. James Hearns stripped it, and Trayvon Young recovers it for the Cardinals.
I mean, what a strip sack from James Hearns. And I can tell you, looking from the booth, Mike, number 99 Hearns looked like he was lined up off sides. I got a little bit of an angle, but boy, great jump. No flag comes up, and you see the speed from that left defensive end spot. Is he just a little spin inside, then with the speed, and watch this strip sack right here. Boy, great job by James Hearns right there. Brandon Pertile, the right tackle, just got beat as Hearns with a little spin move and the speed to Benkert for this strip sack.
And now Louisville with 1st and 10 from the 40. And the pass is caught by Jalen Smith. Picks up 8 yards on 1st down, and yeah, Peter Sirmon has to like that with his defense getting charged up and making plays like that.
Yeah, there's no doubt they're playing much more aggressively and doing their assignments like he told us. They need to step up, and guys, we've called a bunch of different names today already for this Louisville defense.
Setting up a short field for the offense. Williams. Clean handoff this time, undercut by Brenton Nelson for no gain.
And Nelson, great story. Former walk-on, earned a scholarship. He's leading the team in interceptions. Comes up and makes that tackle there.
Coach had brought him into August and after camp, brought him up on stage and gave him a scholarship. Tell you that in a moment as Jackson goes deep here on 3rd down, and it's broken up and complete. Juan Thornhill was down there on Jalen Smith.
This is excellent coverage by Thornhill. Just a little bump there, perfect. Little bump again, then look back, stride for a second. See how he goes up? Excellent job by Thornhill there. That's how you cover man-to-man.
It is 4th down for the Cardinals. Day Williams checks in the backfield. They're going to go for it here.
That's Tweenerland. You like it when I say that. You're not going to go for a 50-yard field goal, especially when you have Lamar Jackson back there.
Jackson, keeper, look out. And Lamar Jackson for the 1st down for Louisville to the 20. Bryce Hall makes the tackle. But not before he picks up 13 yards.
Again, just zone read. Great job by Jackson. Again, a little better blocking out in space by his receiver, and I think Lamar Jackson takes that to the house once again.
They'll have 1st down and 10 from the Virginia 20-yard line when we come back. Lamar Jackson and the Louisville Cardinals here at home today versus an upstart Virginia team. 1 quarter in the books, 2nd quarter when we return. Tied at 7, start of the 2nd quarter from Louisville, Kentucky. First down, Bonifant. Good solid run by him down to the 7. That's a gain of 7. Micah Kiser on the tackle.
And they told us Reggie Bonifant, again, his first true season as a full-time running back. They really like the way he's hitting the hole. He's doing a nice job, and you see it right there. No wasted movement. Lower those pads, run behind him, and go.
One of those triple threat backs, rushing, receiving. He's got good hands.
Well, and he'll throw it, too.
Yes,
you gotta watch
exactly.
him.
Oh, and Bonifant this time tracked down from behind by Kiser. How good is he?
The one and only Micah Kiser. I mean, quintessential middle linebacker. He's right in the middle of the field. Watch him come inside. No hat on him at all. That's exactly what you want to be. A heat-seeking missile from middle linebacker. Inside out as Kiser gets there for the tackle for the loss.
One more tackle, and he has 100 for the season. He's 6th in the nation in tackling Micah Kiser. Third down. Jackson to the end zone. Touchdown, Seth Dawkins. And a flag is down as well. Let's see if it stands.
May have offensive interference. We'll see if there was a pick play here. The officials have been watching that this season.
Pass interference, number 1, offense. 15-yard penalty. Third down.
It was called on Travion Samuel, and it negates the touchdown.
Yeah, I just caught the back end of it as Seth Dawkins came underneath Travion Samuel. He makes contact with a Virginia defender. They're right up in this area. We'll see. It's an easy call, guys, right there. It's enough of a rub that the official's going to call that. 2 flags got thrown on. That's the proper call.
Rub, it was really a block.
Yeah.
Allowed Dawkins to cut in front for that touchdown.
What the receiver has to do is you just got to run your route towards the defensive back, and that's where the rub comes in. You can't really stop there like he did, and that's an easy call for the officials and take 6 off the board.
Right now, it's third down and 19. They can get a first at the 4-yard line. Jackson to the end zone, overthrown for Bonifant. Or check it, that was Jalen Smith who he wanted there that time.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson, he'd like to have that one back. Great presence in the pocket, great patience, steps up. That one just sailed on him a little bit. He throws that one a little, down and away fastball, and I think Jalen Smith makes that catch for a touchdown.
This is Blanton Creaky now for a 40-yard field goal. He's 92% on the season. You see the numbers. That's good for 3rd of the country. And this one is through. 10-7. Louisville now has the advantage. A couple minutes into the second quarter. We'll be back.
Winning the line of scrimmage. That's where this game's won, Mike. Up front.
Well, defensive coordinator Peter Sirmon talked to us about it yesterday, so we got to communicate and have guys be able to beat protections, win the edge, and their quarterbacks, which I know struggled last week. They can't lose today, and so far, so good. On the return here for Virginia, it's Joe Reed. Gets up close to the 30-yard line. Bedkert somehow gets away and finds Lavrodi for the catch and the first down.
And that's all Kurt Benkert right there. Great pressure up front by Virginia. Once again, they run a stunt. It looks like they're going to get to him right in the middle. He dives underneath it, and then look at head up as he rolls to the left to complete that pass and get the first down.
Says, all right, Lamar Jackson, I know you can do it. Well, I can try to do something like this to get away from pressure.
But it's going to be a long day if they can't protect Kurt Benkert. He's going to be running for his life like that.
1st and 10, and this pass sails over the head of his receiver, Donnie Dowling. 2nd down and 10.
And Tremaine Washington, the corner on the other side. So you can tell right away, Peter Sirmon got at his defensive backs after that performance against Wake Forest, because it's a different unit back there. They're playing aggressive, they're playing fast, they're breaking on the football, and they're trying to step up and make plays. It's exactly what you want from your defensive unit.
Virginia spreads him out now. Benkert, low throw. Catch is made, though, by Evan Butts, the tight end, the junior, for a gain of 4. positive yardage to put them in 3rd down and manageable here.
But if you're Louisville, you'll give him that underneath 3-4 yard catch. That's fine. Come up, make the tackle. Does Butts make it? Looks like he had the hand under the ball. Still a 3rd and long position here, and that's exactly what you want if you're the Louisville defense.
Offensive line's got to protect Benker here. Got to give him some time. Flags flying, far side of the field. Benker being chased and has to get rid of it. Zykesis Cannon, the safety, was tracking him down, and we'll get the call.
Yeah, the only rush for Cannon came off the edge with a blitz. Looks like it's going to be a legal formation on Virginia. Obviously, Bobby Petrino will decline this, forcing them to punt.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 55 is in the backfield, putting 5 players in the backfield. Penalties decline. 4th down.
And let me tell you why the tackle, Brandon Pertal, is in the backfield. Because the defensive ends from Louisville are playing so fast off the ball. He's trying to sneak back a little bit. If his head gets past the belt line of the center, he's considered in the backfield. That's what causes 5 in the backfield. That's an illegal formation.
Great point. And instead now it's a punt time here situation for Virginia on a 4th and 6. Fair catch by Bonifant. So Louisville back on offense, and the reigning Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson and company. You'll see him coming up next. He's already over 100 yards rushing today. As always, during this time of year, I'd like to salute all of our nation's veterans, past and present, and those close to you and yours. Our director, Dennis Landius, his son Connor is a Marine. His father, David, served in World War II in Korea with the Navy. And thoughts to all those out there who have someone close to helping serve our country.
We thank them all dearly. That's why we have the freedoms we do, and that's why we live in the greatest country in the world. And we can't thank them enough, the men and women of our armed services. 242
years reigning, going back to 1775 with the Army and the Navy. The Air Force, 70 years old, 1947. 1st and 10, Louisville. And a carry for Day Williams. Williams spins ahead across the 20 for a 1st down. It's a gain of 12.
Yeah, Day Williams was another running back again. Tore his ACL last April, came back in the Florida State game this year. He's a bigger back, 6'2", 227 pounds. Looked pretty good right there.
The I formation, they go back to Williams. And across the 30-yard line, just shy of the 1st down, gain of 9.
And good job up front by that Louisville offensive line. Controlling the line of scrimmage, getting some runs now, some off-tackle runs with a big back. Does wonders for you.
Another 1st down run by Williams. The offensive line looks a little different today for Louisville. Lucaeus McNeil, 72, has been kicked out to right tackle, and Cole Bentley, the true freshman at 66, gets the start at right guard today, along with their redshirt freshman Robbie Bell at center, who started every game this year.
Yeah, it's a group that's coming together, and you mentioned 66, Cole Bentley, a true freshman. He was one of those early enrollees, started the spring game. They're really impressed with him.
They've got the I formation set going as Micah Kiser, though, brings down Williams after a gain of just 2. Kiser now has 100 tackles on the season. He had a great game versus Louisville last year, 14 tackles and 2 sacks on Jackson.
And the true leader, not only of the defense, but really of the Virginia team. Met with him last night. Very impressive young man. Having another great season.
Jackson stands tall and guns it for Kamari Averett on the catch for the 1st down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, speaking of true freshman, Averett, big tight end, 6'6", 271 pounds, out of Atlanta, Georgia. Coaching staff really high on him, and good job by Lamar Jackson. They waited for Averett to clear that zone, puts it on him. The big man makes the catch, turns it up, gets the 1st down. Really like how Lamar Jackson scans the field, has that patience in the pocket, I think some NFL scouts are starting to look at that, right? You know, you get that moniker as just a runner. Doing pretty good.
Back to Williams. Day Williams for a gain of 4. But you're right about Jackson. He knew what he had to work on with his game to be a more complete player, so you don't get that label.
Listen, don't think, you know, people didn't think Deshaun Watson was a runner that couldn't play quarterback. You know, look what he did at Houston before he got injured, unfortunately, this year. You know, Lamar Jackson, a lot of people think he's going to go to the next level and have to play another position. He's going to get a look at quarterback.
His second down pass is caught by Seth Dawkins for the first down. And the drive continues now at the Virginia 33-yard line.
You know, and his overall knowledge and understanding of the offense is at an all-time high as well. And that, when you bring that with the leadership and how hard he's worked, you touched on it earlier. There's a lot of star players out there that just kind of go along status quo. He's worked his butt off each and every year to get better. And, you know, for a Heisman Trophy winner to do that shows true leadership. It's a testament to how hard he's worked.
Jackson, pressure, and he dumps it off, incomplete for Day Williams. And when Micah Kiser was right in his face that time.
I mean, that's understanding, right? He's got the pressure from Kiser right in him, but he knows where his check down is. Look, he's not even looking, but he knows he's there. Should have been a completion. The back dropped it, but that's understanding the offense and where your check downs, where your hot reads are.
4 of 10 for the 35 yards passing, but over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown so far today. Second down and 10 for the Cardinals from the 33. The 9th play of the drive coming up. Jackson kept it, bumps off the initial tackler, still on his feet, and gets inside the 15-yard line. He got away from Chris Peace, who was right there on him, and picks up 18 yards.
Well, we talked about it in the open. He gained about 10 pounds of muscle in the offseason, and it shows here as Chris Peace is a 6'2", 245-pound defensive end. He bounces off and breaks another tackle en route to his run. Just doing it all is Lamar Jackson.
This Cardinals team 3rd in the nation in total offense, doing most of it on the ground here today with 166 yards. Reggie Bonifant is now in the backfield to the left of Jackson. And blocking for him. And Jackson's not going to get much.
And they try to go just straight quarterback sweep with Bonifant leading the way out there. Jackson wisely gets to the boundary, goes out of bounds. Just when you can avoid the hits, avoid them. That's more experience there.
And that's the thing with a running quarterback like that, you always have to be wary of how many hits they take. Second down, Jackson floats it up for the end zone, and this is caught for the touchdown, Seth Dawkins. $14-yard strike for the score.
I mean, the coverage was excellent, Mike. You cannot throw a pass any better. Lamar Jackson puts it right where his receiver, Seth Dawkins, can catch it, and only Seth Dawkins can catch it. One-on-one on the outside. Look at him drop it up there. I mean, excellent coverage. I mean, you can't cover anymore. Bryce Hall, 34, is where he's supposed to be, but the ball is perfect.
Accuracy, wasn't that something you were mentioning at the start of this broadcast?
Accuracy, let's add touch to that, because that's what that is, accuracy and touch. You almost feel bad for the corner, Bryce Hall, because you can't cover any better. You got your hand where it's supposed to be, the ball just goes right over it.
10-point Cardinals advantage now at 17-7.
I understand the team hasn't won the way they're supposed to, okay, or the way teams need to be in the Heisman consideration. But the fact that those numbers are unbelievable and he won it last year, you got to at least mention the guy.
I agree. Joe Reed, kickoff return specialist for Virginia. What does he have here? Tripped up the 25-yard line, the tackle by Chucky Williams. How about Benkert today so far for Virginia? What does he do here? Pass is almost intercepted. He almost throws a pick six. Tremaine Washington jumped that route.
Well, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but we talked about it before. The DBs, especially the corners, needed to play more aggressive than they did last week. And boy, are they ever. Tight coverage, and just, you know, your corners are traditionally your best athletes. You got to be able to break on the ball. That's what Washington did there.
Benkert's pass drops over the middle by Daniel Ham. And they're going to be faced with a 3rd down and 10 here.
And offensively, it's not where you want to be. 3rd and long is a tough down and distance, obviously, not to be captain obvious, but boy, defensively, Peter Sirmon has him right where he wants him.
Benkert, sideline round. The catch is made by Donnie Dowling, and he has enough for the 1st down. Smarts to get past the stick right at the 35-yard line.
Sure is. Dowling, the senior from Richmond, Virginia. You're right, Mike. Runs that out cut right at the 35-yard line. That was the line to gain. Benkert puts it there. They move the chains.
The give to Ellis. Just across midfield and into Louisville territory, but a yard shy of the 1st down.
They kind of got away from the running game with Ellis here in really the 2nd quarter, so plenty of time. Get back with your midfield. It would be a huge momentum boost for this offense if they can put some points up here at the end of this 1st half.
Look at that, just 5 rushing yards for Virginia. 2nd down and 1 here. Benkert swings it out, and this time Ham makes the catch and redeems himself. After a couple of drops, it's a gain of 9.
Yeah, good recognition by Benkert there as Ham runs a wheel route, but Benkert puts it on him right away to pick up that 1st down. It's a good throw and catch.
1:40 on the clock. Benkert airs it out, looking for Lavroni. Knocked down, incomplete. And Tremaine Washington back there yet again for this Louisville defense.
Yeah, Washington's another guy. We've called his name out a lot, and Peter Sirmon said, listen, my DBs, they don't have to pick everything off, but just get in coverage and knock it down. And that's exactly what Tremaine Washington did right there.
Right, his words were just don't lose, which is give up a long pass for a touchdown. First play of the game last week was a 50-yard gainer. Here's Ellis. About 4, now maybe 5 as he gets close to the 35-yard line. You want to try to at least get something going here. A field goal is huge, make it a 1-possession game.
You want that momentum in the locker room, something positive to talk about. Then they're taking their time, and that's obviously because they don't want to give the ball back to Lamar Jackson at all this half.
And it's 3rd down and 5. Benkert, 1st down catch, Lavroni. And inside the 25-yard line. Clock stops with 1:01 left.
A good route by Lavroni, right at the sticks, makes the catch, turns it up. And again, Benkert running this 2-minute drill here perfectly. Sense of urgency, but not rushing.
Benkert, wide open. The catch for the touchdown by Evan Butts, the tight end. And the Cavaliers will take that here late in this 1st half.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you run a 2-minute offense. Calm, cool, and collected. Kurt Benkert does it one better than just setting him up for a field goal here as he hits his tight end, Evan Butts. A little seam route right down the middle. He's just lined up as an inline tight end. The backer never goes with him. Dorian Etheridge, the true freshman, and a great throw by Benkert to the tight end.
And that was great recognition by them there. He made a quick cut to the right, back to the middle. There was no help inside there.
Yeah, no safety in the middle. It's great read, great recognition. Boy, just like that, there's the momentum that Virginia offense was looking for.
Well, that's it. We've reached the half and another close matchup with the Cavaliers and the Cardinals. After the break, we'll join the studio for the halftime report. Stay tuned. Back in Louisville, Kentucky, here at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium, 17-14. Cardinals lead it by 3 and another close matchup between these two. Welcome back, everyone. Mike Corey, Rainey, and Golia. Very important drive by Virginia late in that first half with that touchdown to cut this to a 3-point game.
It was. Louisville had all the momentum in that first half, but a big drive for Virginia in this second half, though. You got to come out, got to get some running game going. Only 10 yards rushing for the Hoos in that first half.
Lamar Jackson already 100 yards rushing once again, 4th consecutive game, and the record watch is on. He's been spectacular once again.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson just has to keep being Lamar Jackson, doing what he's doing in the passing game and with his feet.
Virginia's going to get the ball to start this second half. And their dangerous return man there, number 2, Joe Reed, who ran one back last week for a touchdown, has this one from the 5. And dives across the 30-yard line, and that's where the Cavaliers will start this second half. Ben Kurt, what did you think from him of the first half performance?
Well, 3 sacks. He was kind of, running around, not comfortable in the pocket with that defensive front from Louisville getting after him. But, boy, that last 2-minute drive was run to perfection. Let's see if they try to get number 1, Jordan Ellis, going a little bit here in this second half.
It will be Ellis on the carry. He gets tripped up early. Just a 1-yard gain on first down.
And you hear announcers all the time say, establish the run, establish run. What does that mean and why? If you can get positive runs on, especially first down, it just makes the defense really inch forward to play the run, and it opens it up for the offense. So that's why you always want to get a running game going. If you, on a defense, if you can make a team one-dimensional, it's just so much easier to concentrate on one thing.
Second down again, Ellis. And they do try to establish it, Rainey, you're right. And he gets a first down run out of it to the 42-yard line. Here's some first half numbers for you from these two for the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, and obviously the big one we talked about, the 10 yards. Of course, the sack yards come off that. I think they lost about 27 yards, but still would have only been 37 yards rushing. In Louisville, the passing yards a little down for Lamar Jackson. You thought they'd be up a little bit. And the 1 for 6 for Louisville on third down, not good.
Well, we talked about it from the start. He is averaging over 300 yards passing all game.
Give credit to that Virginia secondary.
Ben Kurt picks up a block from Ellis and fires, and the catch is made by Olamide Zaccheaus. What a grab. 26th straight game with a catch for Zaccheaus.
Now watch the throw by Kent Burkhead against his body. Watch this. Look at that. And he fires it in there. Too many times you see quarterbacks try to put that in there with touch. No, sir. You need to rifle that thing. Zaccheaus right down the sideline makes the catch. That's a great throw by Ben Kurt. And a good catch by Zaccheaus.
So it is a very quiet player. Doesn't say all that much. First down at 15. And the pass is dropped by Dowling. I want to go back to that for a moment and what you were just saying. How do you know, though? You're out.
Correct.
It's
you
have no idea what's going on.
It was a play side to the short side of the field, RPO run pass option. It wasn't there. Ben Kurt went to the other side of the field. That took an extra couple counts, and that's why offensive linemen then wander past that 3 yards.
Gotcha.
And they're going to call illegal man downfield. RPOs are tough for offensive linemen. They're tough for defenses to defend as well.
Second down and 15, and Ben Kurt going in the wrong direction there, and his offensive lineman Chris Glazer out there on that right tackle position just get a little bit more. You get that block right there, and then Ben Kurt can maybe drop back a little bit, not have to keep running towards that sideline.
Yeah, Famara right there as well. The one thing I'm impressed with the 4 defensive linemen, and they're rotating a couple more through, is the speed from those big guys getting after Ben Kurt.
Big third down here to start this second half for Virginia as they trail it by 3. It's 3rd and 15, though. Good protection this time. Ben Kurt is on time with the pass. Levrone in the catch, but it's going to be right at the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and even though it's 4th and long, a decision here for Bronco Mendenhall. You're at the 36. A lot of times you don't want to punt it here. You're a little too far for a field goal. We'll see what he's going to do. Looks like he's going to play field position. Important, though, for the punter, Lester Coleman. Do not kick this thing in the end zone because your net is only 16 yards.
Right.
You got to get it inside the 10 in there. Nice high punt.
Coleman. Need to bounce here. And not the one they were looking for. Touchback, and as you said, a net of 16. And they'll keep it on the ground here to start this drive.
You know, it's hard to say a guy's improving. They won the Heisman Trophy a year before, but that's exactly what Lamar Jackson has done this year. And again, it's a testament to him and how hard he works as a leader.
4-yard run by Williams, Malik Williams. Keeper Jackson, and a good job by Virginia defensively. In the first half, Reedy, they would have let him go for quite some yards on that play. Not this time.
That's the eye discipline we talked about. He's the first threat that can hurt you in zone read. So if you're Micah Kiser, Jordan Mack, those inside linebackers, you have to read Lamar Jackson first. And if he keeps it like he did there, come up and make the tackle. That's an excellent job by the defense. And believe me, that is something that Bronco Mendenhall talked about at halftime.
Jackson dumps it off for Seth Dawkins. And corralled at the 37-yard line. Jordan Mack and Micah Kiser. Lamar Jackson is about 76 yards away now from becoming the first player ever to have 3,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards for consecutive seasons.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. I told you there'd be some records and numbers out there today with him, right? Second down and 3. A lot of options here for the Cardinals. Jackson. And that's a first down run.
And we talk about his patience in the passing game. He also has very good patience in this run game, in this zone read. He really rides his running back, and he keeps his eyes up, and he's watching the defense, and he pulls it out, and he's a dynamic enough athlete that he can bounce it himself or take it straight up the middle, which he did right there.
That's now 11 carries for him for 128 rushing yards in the contest. Out of the air, it's overthrown. A flag is down, though. Jalen Smith, that's who he wanted, and he was covered by Juan Thornhill.
Holding, number 21, defense. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Didn't need to do that there.
I don't think this ball was catchable. You're going to see Thornhill right at the bottom of the screen. Grab him right there. That's a good call as the ball sails away, but regardless, he grabbed them, and you got defensive holding.
Well, that's the thing. I love those when they say, yeah, it's uncatchable.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, because he was held.
Yeah.
That's why he wasn't even close to it. So first set of downs from the 34-yard line for Louisville. Low snap, but good job by Jackson there to get it over to Malik Williams for a gain of 5. Malcolm Cook makes the tackle.
Yeah, good hard run by Malik Williams, and that's what Bobby Petrino wants to see out of his running backs.
I mean, Louisville's dealt with injuries on the defensive end. They had injuries on the offense there with Malik Williams, who had an elbow injury. Day Williams had a torn ACL back in April. So they haven't had their full complement of guys on either side of the ball.
It's been a very banged-up unit, that running back group, and really healthy for the first time in a long time, all of them.
Toss goes out to Williams. And the ball comes loose. Louisville has recovered it.
And we'll take a look at just a toss sweep. Old school. You got big offensive linemen out in front. We'll see the end of it here. Just got to secure it. The ball's in the proper hand, and it's Micah Kiser that rips it out. And you talked about the elbow injury to Malik Williams, and a lot of times you come back and you're in that live contact a lot. It's different than practice, and you got to be able to secure that football. Good run. You just got to finish it off. Go to the ground with the ball.
So they change it up now to the other Williams. Day Williams in the backfield. Jackson airs it out for Smith for the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville.
Now, if you're a Virginia fan, you're yelling at your TV right now. That was offensive pass interference, because from the booth, and we'll get another look at it, it looked like Jalen Smith might have separated with that left arm. We'll get a great look at it here. Phenomenal throw once again from Lamar Jackson. See the end of it here. You see that separation right there with the left hand? It could easily be called. I've seen it called before. They don't. The ball drops in there. It's a touchdown for Louisville.
I saw that too, Ricky.
Yeah.
There was maybe a few calls in that first half too. I know the one you had said there was an offside. Looked like a guy for Louisville lined up defensively that resulted in a play. Here's a touchdown on what maybe could have been a potential interference. Jackson now showing the skills through the air. Jalen Smith, touchdown. Cardinals by 10. And it's back to a 10-point Cardinals advantage now at 24-14 midway through this third quarter. Creaky on the kickoff. And Joe Reed from his 6-yard line. And not much happening for him here today on the returns, and we'll take a timeout. 6:44 third quarter. Virginia back on offense, down by 10. Veterans Day weekend here on this Saturday. We thank all those men and women who serve for our country here from Papa John's Cardinal Stadium today for the Cardinals and the Cavaliers. Mike Corey, Rini and Goya with the third quarter. 10-point deficit now for Virginia. They have first and 10 at the 23. We're ready to go.
We're waiting. There we go.
Fire it up.
Ref wasn't ready. Listen, start on him, right?
Handoff to Ellis. And shut down after a gain of just a couple to the 25-yard line. What do you think if you're Virginia here? You battled back at the end of the first half, being down 10, now facing a similar situation.
Yeah, I mean, I like the discipline this team has under Bronco Mendenhall. They take their time. Ben Kurt's a good quarterback to lead them. You just got to get a little more running going to open up the offense for you, but they're in this game.
Kurt, and his pressure right in his face, and it was Trayvon Young. He got a piece of it too on that deflection. There's a fumble recovery earlier.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. There's a receiver in the area. Third down.
And I tell you, as well as the DBs have played for Louisville today, to me, the defensive front, that defensive line, all of them across the board have all gotten off the football, and they've caused problems for the offensive line of Virginia. They're really winning the line of scrimmage.
They really have. It's been a solid group today. Third down and 8. Benkert guns it, low throw, incomplete. Wanted Zacchaeus. And Louisville has forced a 3-and-out here.
Yeah, a little bit behind Zacchaeus. He can't make the adjustment to make that catch. He might have been a little short. And this is one where Benkert just got to get in front of him a little bit. He's trying to sit between that zone. A little bit behind him. Can't make the catch. It's a good route. You want to sit. You see Zacchaeus right in the middle. Sit right there. Ball just a touch behind him and goes incomplete.
You saw the black jerseys. They have been swarming to the football here today. Lester Coleman's punt, taking Reggie Bonifant back to his 24-yard line. Being chased all the way back, and now he turns it up. Still on his feet, and knocked out of bounds on the sideline. Excellent starting field position for the Cardinals. It'll be the 41-yard line when we return. The reigning Heisman Trophy winner, Lamar Jackson, in the offense after this. Big run here by Day Williams. Chris Moore finally tracks him down. Gain of 20.
Yeah, that's the way to run the ball, with some explosiveness right there. off the perimeter to turn it up. And I was going to say, they did him a disservice because you're ranked Alabama #2. That's all you need to do, right? Give them a chip to play on their shoulder, right?
Exactly. Cardinals in Cavaliers territory now. And a combination of Day Williams and Malik Williams, two guys that they haven't had the full complement of them for Louisville this year, have really run the ball well today.
And it's good to get them both back in there. And you're right, Mike. You can see, you know, they're knocking the rust off, running with some power, and they've lacked that without that group being healthy.
It's 25 Day Williams, who tore his ACL in April. He returned versus Florida State back on October 21st. With 6 months to rehab from that. Jackson, keeper, first and more to the 20.
And we've talked about all the great things Lamar Jackson does. The one thing I haven't mentioned, he's got excellent vision. I mean, it's usually reserved for very good running backs. But he can do it all. I mean, to cut it back door like that, plant that left foot, see it, peripheral to hit it, that's special.
Gain of 14 yards on that run, 1st and 10. 143 rushing today for him. Pressure. Oh, open is Smith. One-handed grab. Touchdown, Cardinals.
SportsCenter highlight right there. All over the place. SportsCenter top 10. Book it right now. From the start of that play to the end, you have everything. Great patience in the pocket by Lamar Jackson. He doesn't run. He shuffles the feet, Mike. He moves up. He lets it go. I'm in the booth saying he overthrew him. And all of a sudden, Jalen Smith says, nope. Boom. One hand. Stick it to it. Touchdown. Wow. And we talked about it all game, just the patience. Watch him in the pocket. He's going to move. His head's up. He just shuffles. He's not looking to run. Steps up, launches it. And then his receiver, Jalen Smith, who, oh, by the way, the coach has said needs to step up and make big-time plays. Guess what, Coach Petrino? Jalen Smith just stepped up and made a SportsCenter top 10. Look at that. Beautiful. Woo!
What an incredible catch by Smith. Jackson's now over 300 yards of total offense. Second touchdown catch in a row, too, for Smith. Here's Joe Reed. He's been a highlight reel himself on returns, but not tonight. Benkert with an excellent fake, and he wants to go deep for Lavroni, and it's knocked down and broken up. And it's Trumaine Washington. What a game he's had tonight in the secondary, the senior out of Miami, Florida.
I mean, great coverage by Trumaine Washington. No safety help. He's one-on-one. Benkert had a tight end underneath. Probably should have took it, but he's looking for the home run. Washington step for step with the receiver. And listen, that's as much his ball as it is the receiver, Lavroni. He goes up and makes the play. Yeah, there's a little contact there, but that's just football right there, folks.
Dumps it off Ellis, and that's going nowhere. And it all starts from the pressure up front. You said it, Reedy. And this Louisville defense has flipped the script. I mean, this is not the film that we watched.
They sure have.
Friday.
Pressure up front. Benkert has to dump it off, and then safety D. Smith comes up and lays the boom. And Peter Sermon, the defensive coordinator, is feeling pretty good about this defensive unit today.
And look out, here they come at the line of scrimmage. They could tee off now, 3rd down and 10. And it's Ellis. And Virginia almost gets a first down, but he picks up 9 to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, the spot, I think he's going to be a little short, and I tell you what, Jordan Ellis almost picked it up because at the end of that run, he rolled over on top of a player. You're not down yet till you hit the ground. We'll get a look at it. Watch the end of this, Mike. Ellis is going to go to the ground. Let's see. He's going to be on top of a player. Right here, he's not down. You can sit on a player. He's not down, he's not down, he's down there.
That's a good point.
So he was real close to that, but I think the spot was correct.
Still plenty of time left in this game. You have to punt it away. Bonifant. Oh, he must the punt, and let's see, it's still loose. This could be huge for Virginia.
Yeah, Mike, I think that's Virginia's ball. I saw some white jerseys on top of it. Let's get the official call here.
Bonifant muffed the punt. A lot of white jerseys in the area originally there. And they'll break up the pile, and this could be Cavalier football inside of the 35 of Louisville.
Yeah, and Bonifant got a great hop. Just got to secure it.
And it is.
Ruling on the field, the kick was muffed by the receiving team, recovered by the kicking team. First down.
And that's the break this Virginia team was looking for. All the momentum was with Louisville. Bonifant, once he gets a perfect hop, exactly what you want as a returner. Right here, just got to secure it. You see what he did there, folks? He was looking up at the gunners coming down and just didn't secure the ball. You clearly see his eyes looking forward. Never secured it.
Second down, Benkert fires, it's tipped and intercepted. D. Smith picks it off for Louisville. And he's still on the run. What another game turner right there. And this Louisville defense tonight, a 45-yard return on the first interception of the season for D. Smith.
Well, how many different guys have we called out for this Louisville defense? D. Smith now stepping up with tackles and the interception right there.
Louisville got the amazing touchdown grab from Jalen Smith. They turn it over, but they get it right back on an interception by D. Smith. And the Cardinals are playing well here today, up 17. That was handoff for the first. Williams still on his feet. And out of bounds at the 11. That is Malik Williams. And Louisville keeps the drive going.
Watch the mesh point now. The reason why Lamar Jackson holds it in there so long, he's not sure if he wants to pull it or not. Right there, beautiful. He's got his head up. He decides I'm giving it to him because he's reading the defense at the same time. It's the proper read. It's perfectly how you run zone read.
We're through 3 here today from Papa John's Cardinal Stadium in Louisville, and the Cardinals lead it by 17 over the Cavaliers. A win today for Louisville. They're bowl eligible for the 8th consecutive season. 15 minutes on the clock when we come back after this. Start of the fourth quarter here today from Louisville as the Cardinals are inside the red zone and a gain of 6. This first down run by Day Williams. Mike Corey, Reedy, and Goya with you here today as Louisville really looks to put the hurt on here on this possession.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a total 3-phase effort today for Louisville. Offense, defense, and special teams playing well.
Back to Williams, tracked down from behind. Job by Quinn Blanding to save what could have been a touchdown run there by Day Williams.
And now you're kind of in no man's land because this is the perfect opportunity, a little zone read, right? With Lamar Jackson, either give it to his big back or pull it and keep it. We'll see what they call here.
It is third down. Day Williams, he's in. Touchdown, Louisville.
Yeah, they say forget zone read. Bobby Petrino says we're going to go a little 21 personnel. We'll put a fullback in there, I formation, a little off tackle right. Give it to our big back who's now healthy. Power it in.
Just so impressed by this guy to be able to come back from that torn ACL in April, 6 months later. His third game now of the season. adds an extra spark. Doesn't look like he had a torn ACL the way he's been running.
I've had that injury, Mike. Mine was, you know, I'm gonna date myself here. 1990. That was a year and a half injury. I was out of football.
Wow.
Now guys are coming back in 6 months, and we're gonna see.
Joe Reed. And they kept this guy in check too. Very dangerous return man. And across the 30-yard line on that one, but hasn't been quite the night that he's been looking for. He averages over 32 yards a return. Good for 4th in the country.
Timeout for an injured player.
And Virginia's got to hustle it up here a little bit, like you said, midway through the 4th. A lot of ground to make up. But Kurt Benkert, one of their stars in history at quarterback, who's got some amazing numbers, needs to get going, and he gets this to Levroni on the catch as we head you back to the studio for an update. Benkert, and not looking for it that time was Lamont Atkins coming out of the backfield. All right, how about your top 6 then? What do you have?
It's similar to college football playoff committee. I still have Alabama 1, Georgia 2, Notre Dame 3, Clemson 4, Oklahoma 5, Miami 6. But this is going to clean itself up, right? Georgia's playing Auburn. We know what's happening there. Miami and Notre Dame tonight. That's a big one. Oklahoma's playing TCU, who, oh, by the way, would be probably 7 for me right outside. So this is great. They're all going to play each other, and that's what we love.
We just had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Louisville, so Virginia gets the ball now down to the 42-yard line with 1st and 10. Some taunting after the play. It's a 2-yard pickup and the catch by Dubois.
You're going to see the back get hit. You can't talk like he's standing over him, pointing. You can't do that, Alexander. You can't do that. Good job by the official to come in. Just play football. You know, just no need to do that.
Especially being up 38-14.
Absolutely. You guys are playing great. No need to do that.
Now Virginia is changing up the backfield, getting some of their true freshman running backs in. PK Kier, and he gets the call. And Kier's close to a 1st down. Again, Kier, and he has a 1st down run for Virginia.
Now you want to throw a monkey wrench in everything? Let Florida State pull off that upset today.
Right. We got the big one coming up tonight, though. Notre Dame and Miami. Game day there this morning for the first time in over 10 years. 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Kier met after a gain of just 1.
Oh, by the way, we haven't mentioned it either. You're talking about Miami playing Notre Dame tonight. Louisville holds on to this game, which it looks like they're gonna. Miami clinches the Coastal Division in the ACC.
Correct. They'll be in the ACC championship game, and Clemson needs to get a win.
Yeah, to clinch the Atlantic.
To theirs, yeah, and they'll be in for the 3rd straight year.
But they're in for a battle. So
if Clemson holds on versus Florida State and Louisville ends up holding on here, it's Miami and Clemson.
Yeah, you have your ACC matchup already for the championship.
Cavaliers keep it on the ground again for Kier as we take a look at the ACC standings here to tell you what we're talking about. And there's Clemson on the Atlantic side and Miami on the Coastal.
Yeah, and you know, regardless of what happens today, Virginia at 3-2, 6-3 overall. Listen, picked last to finish last in the Coastal. They've really played well for Bronco Mendenhall. Again, these kids have never been to a bowl game. They're bowl eligible with still a couple games to go.
And you think about Louisville, I mean, that's just such a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, you see them at the bottom of the list there.
But they got a couple winnable games after this, so they can really put a nice run together to end their season and get to a nice bowl game.
We've got Syracuse at home next week and then at Kentucky. 3rd down for Virginia. Benkert, and on a sliding catch is Olamide Zaccheaus. That's going to set up 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Nice play.
And Zaccheaus is one of their prime players, and we just haven't called his name out as much as they needed it to today. You kind of see the ball touch the ground there. The ball can touch the ground as long as the ground does not help you control it.
He's been tracking down Heath Miller, the great tight end in the record books for Virginia. And his first name is Nigerian for the blessing has come. Olamide Zaccheaus, number 4 for the Cavaliers. Play fake. As Benkert finds Zaccheaus and is down to the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
A good underneath throw by Benkert to Zaccheaus. Unfortunately, too little too late.
Yep. Time approaching the 2-minute mark here as they are at the 3-yard line.
But I love that they're playing hard. That's a testament to Bronco Mendenhall and his effort and what he wants to do. And listen, he's kind of building this program up from scratch in his second year. He's a different coach. He's got different philosophies, but I really like him. Hard-nosed, old-school guy.
It's Ellis, and Ellis is in for the touchdown. Jordan Ellis scores for the Cavaliers.
And that's the way to finish off the drive. Get it in there for 6. Good hard run by Jordan Ellis. And again, no quit in Virginia.
I was going to say, there was no letdown today, effort-wise.
Yeah.
Not showing up on the scoreboard for them, but you come from behind, you beat Georgia Tech, you're bowl eligible. They fought here today.
No, and you bring up a good point. I don't think they were flat today coming off that upset win to get bowl eligible. I just think Louisville showed up and played the way we're accustomed to seeing good Louisville teams play.
It's a 17-point game now, 38-21 Cardinals. Minute 48 to go as Louisville leads Virginia 38-21. Onside kick time here for the Cavaliers. And now they'll go deep. And it'll be recovered at the 10-yard line. That's it. This run game today for Louisville really got the job done. It's Dave Williams there. They're up to almost 270 yards rushing as Jawan Pass is now in the ball game. The redshirt freshman quarterback out of Columbus, Georgia.
You know, it's tough. It's a cool night tonight. It's a little nippy, and it's like, hey, for a minute and 48, Jawan, get in there and hand the ball off a couple times. Lamar's done.
He is done for the night. Louisville's going to go to 6-4, and they're going to be bowl eligible for the 8th straight year. They avoided their first 2-game losing streaks. It's the first 2 games of 2015, or back-to-back, I should say, as they lost to NC State and Boston College in a row. So a good job by Louisville here, and they're going to be in the postseason once again. I know it's not the kind of year that they wanted, but it's a complete game by them here today. And the Lamar Jackson show will continue for the Cardinals. They've got 2 more games versus Syracuse next week at Kentucky. What a job, first in FBS history with back-to-back seasons of 3,000+ passing yards, 1,000 yards rushing. There's over 100 yards rushing again today, and they get it done. 38-21, the final score, and Louisville is going to go to 6-4, and the Cavaliers drop to 6-4 here.
A complete effort by Louisville. Bobby Petrino's got to be happy with all 3 phases of his team today.
Final from Papa John's Cardinal Stadium in Louisville. Cardinals 38, Cavaliers 21. Thanks for watching. For Rudy and Goalie and Mike Corey, so long. Enjoy the rest of the games and this weekend. That's all for us. ESPN Goal Line is next. Let's send you to the studio.